guys, it's Fee, and I am here for, I guess I will call it an 8-week update. I am 8 weeks and 6 days pregnant today, and I had an appointment today that I just got back from not that long ago. We had an ultrasound and more blood drawn. Same thing, what did I call it? I think I put on Instagram, I said same bat time, same bat channel. So that's how it'll be for the next couple of weeks. More blood, more ultrasounds, so that's good. Today we went and baby Bean was measuring 8 weeks, 3 days. So still a little bit behind, but it's been consistently the same amount each week. The growth has been the same amount of growth each week. So I guess I'm really no longer concerned about that. I know a lot of people on here said, don't worry about it. I had a lot of personal friends say don't worry about it. But of course, it's always nice to see the math. It's nice to see that things are going as intended. So, yeah. It lowers the stress level. It lowers the stress level. I do have some pictures that I'll show you in a second. The heartbeat. The heartbeat was 160 last week, and it is 186. We went up again. So we got a good, strong heartbeat. And other than that, everything looks good. She said the cervix looks good. The placenta looks good. The placenta is anterior. So I know what that means. I know that it may be a little bit longer than normal for me to start feeling any movement because the anterior placenta kind of pads that. So we'll see. It's nice to know that. I'm sure somebody would have eventually told me that before it was time to start feeling movement. But it's nice to know that in advance. Really, I'm just happy that it's not where it's not supposed to be over the cervix. Other than that, not a big deal. But it's definitely nice to know. So, pictures. I have like a whole stream of pictures. They were nice to me this week. All right. So, I'm going to show you my favorite one. Because you can see the little arm buds and the little leg buds. And it looks like the baby's going, ah! So someone, my friend told me that it looks like the baby's surprised, and it kind of does, actually. So here you go. See the little arm buds and leg buds? You can really, really see a baby in there now. Absolutely. All right, and the other picture I have doesn't quite show the buds as well, but it's still a good picture. And some of the other ones I have, this one shows the yolk sac, which it looks the same as last week. See, it's right there. You can just kind of see the outline. She said it's 7 millimeters. I don't know if that means anything to anybody out there. If you Dr. Google it, you got everything under the sun. Some of it says, hey, it's no big deal. Other things say it's like catastrophic. And if there's one thing I've learned over this journey is not to get concerned over Dr. Google. But it would be nice to know what the deal is with that. I've asked the specialist, and she's like, we're just going to take it a week at a time. It's not a big deal. She doesn't seem like she's overly concerned about it at all. But, she has mentioned it each time that it's a little bit larger than she would expect. I don't know if I said this in the last video, but I know sometimes it can get smaller almost overnight, like over a week, versus gradually. I think it just depends on the person. So I'm just gonna hope that all of that doesn't really mean anything, and we will be fine. And once we hit that time for the placenta to completely take over, the yolk sac will just go bye-bye. So. Any comments on that? Anything that anybody else has had concerning slightly larger yolk sacs than normal? Please put it below. I would love to hear what you have to say, because I really don't have a lot of information on that. And like I said, I've looked it up, but it really doesn't help you. You got a little bit of everything out there. So, all right. And then the last picture is not the greatest picture, but on the bottom, I don't know if you guys can read that, but there's the heartbeat. It's actually 187.5. So that's the pictures. I love that picture. It's a great picture this week. So I have another appointment next week. Natural killer cells are still okay. They are still okay, but they are borderline. They are at 11. Now, I thought we wanted it at 10 or under. She said 11 is acceptable, but it's definitely borderline. So we will be watching that. We'll see what this week's blood says, if I'm going to need another one, another intralipid infusion, or if it's just going to level out. She said, if it stays right where it's at, she's fine with that, and she doesn't think we really need to mess with it. I am on the steroids also, so that helps. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still thoroughly amazed that it has stayed down from 26 for this long. So if I need another infusion, that's not a big deal. I still think that's a pretty awesome deal if you ask me. So that is about it. That is about it. What else? So this week, the pregnancy symptoms. Not too many. Most of them are all the same as they have been. Not a lot of change, but I will tell you, the nausea has picked up its game. It still really comes and goes with me. The whole concept of morning sickness really doesn't apply. It comes whenever the heck it feels like. And over this last weekend, it was pretty crazy. There was a couple of days, I want to say it was Saturday and then Thursday, a couple days previous to that. Today's Monday. So it kind of like skips days every now and then where I'm all right. But the days in between, oh, wow, yeah, it definitely told me it was there. And I had a chat with a little bee and I said, that's all right, keep growing. I will figure out a way to deal with this. I'm okay with it. Bring it, I'm fine. But it was definitely a noticeable increase in the nausea, a little bit more severe. I still haven't tossed my cookies, so to speak, so I know it can be a whole lot worse. I know a lot of people have it a whole lot worse than I have it. It's really just a nauseating feeling with me. There's been a couple of times where it's been a close call, but, no tossing of said cookies yet. Other than that, the cravings kind of come and go. The hot dogs, not so much this week, but I will tell you I wanted milk. And that's not normal for me. I drink milk, but my husband is a milk fiend. So he thought it was hysterical. He's like, hey, the baby's half mine, so you expected anything less? I downed a large glass of milk in 2 minutes. And he was like, whoa, that's not normal. So I'll chalk that one up to a craving. What else? I think that's about it with that. Just been really thirsty, so I'm constantly drinking something. I probably will down a whole bottle of water when I'm done talking here. The bladder is still the same, still waking me up. The only other new thing I can say, and all right, definitely TMI here, right? If you're a guy, you may not want to be listening to this, but you did turn out a pregnancy vlog, so you've been warned. Here we go. All right, so I don't have a whole lot of sensitivity with girls yet, but a lot of really interesting sensations. I have heard of lightning crotch before. I'm sure those of you who have been pregnant or are pregnant have heard of that before. It's just this really intense sensation that comes and goes just as quick as lightning, and it makes go, literally, right? Only it wasn't lightning crotch, it was lightning boob. And I have never experienced that before. I've experienced a lot of sensations. I've experienced sensitivity in the past, though I don't have it now. This was, it felt like the lightning thing, but it didn't really stop. It just kept throbbing and throbbing. And it was only on one side, it was on the left side. And it started back here and then up to the front and just kept, it was for a good 5 minutes. And I actually ended up putting heat on it, and that calmed it down, because it was a pretty intense throb. I mean, every time it throbbed, it just made me jump, because it was pretty intense. I had never felt anything like that before. I did ask a friend of mine who had been pregnant in the past, and she said, yep, I had that. Welcome pregnancy. But that one caught me off guard because I didn't know what it was. I had never experienced that before. So that was new. That's happened twice in the last week. So not too catastrophic, but it has happened twice. And I think that's about it. Just really tired, but that's normal. My hunger seems to come and go also. That kind of started up. I had a couple of days where nothing sounded or looked appealing to me. I knew I had to eat, but I really didn't want to. And then the next day I was like, I could have eaten a cow. So that kind of comes and goes also. I noticed that kind of comes with the nausea. It kind of comes hand in hand with that. If the nausea is pretty bad, I don't want to eat anything. So that may be what's causing that one. But that's it. I think that's it. I think that is all of the stuff from this week. Other than that, my husband thinks it's a girl. One of my sister-in-laws thinks it's a girl. Another friend of mine thinks it's a boy because of all the hot dogs I was eating, though they did slow down this week. She said wiener means wiener. Not my words, hers, but I thought it was pretty funny, so I would share. I don't have any ideas just yet. My problem is I know all of the old wives' tales and, the high heartbeat. There's another one about what side your placenta is actually on. My placenta is on the right side, though it is anterior. I'm not going to get into all of those old wives' tales. I'm sure I will probably do videos going out in the future concerning those, but I think hearing some of those and a lot of people saying, oh, I think it's this, oh, I think it's that, it might be like swaying me one way or another depending on what hour of the day you ask me. But I don't have any opinions yet, so I will save that for a future date when I am feeling more sure of what I think is going on in there. So, all right, that's it. I will talk to you guys next Monday. I do have an appointment next Monday. Again, thank you for all of the comments. I may not always reply to all of them, but believe me, I read all of them. I appreciate every single last one. They all make me smile. I appreciate all the subscribers. You guys are wonderful. And all the prayers, all the thoughts. If you are out there, there's a few of you out there who are starting your cycles. I am praying for you. There's a couple people I can think of that should be having some pregnancy tests soon based on some IUIs or some IVFs. I am hoping and praying for you guys also. And we're going to do it. Everyone is going to do it soon, right? Okay. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.